Hey guys, what's up? It's your boy Mike, your boy Mr. Chow here. In this video, I'm going to discuss a few ways to avoid running into security and a security guard while you're urban exploring. So let's jump right into the video. So for starters, when you go to a new location, especially a new location, when you get there, you're going to want to scope the place out. And by that, I mean take your time easing into the location. Don't just get there and hop out and just, lose your sight of everything just to run into the location or the buildings. Take it slow, step by step. Kind of peer around each corner, get a feel for the place, and see if there's any security guard or any other presence posted up at the location. Another good idea that I recommend is not going with too large of a group. It's beneficial, and I recommend going with at least one other person to these locations, especially when they're abandoned. You never know. Don't go by yourself, as always, rule of thumb. But when you go to these locations, try to keep your group size down to about, no more than 3 to 5 people. That way you're not too overly over the radar, and you're not going to be picked up by any security presence at the location by being too large of a group, and so on and so forth. So like I said, keep your group size down from about 2 to 3, maybe 5 people at most, so on and so forth. Another idea to keep in mind so you don't get caught or busted by security is try not to be too overly loud. Try to keep your voices down, be mindful and respectful of the location and of the grounds and the property. And you can't go wrong by being a little extra quiet, until especially you get a feel for the place and there's no security or other authority posted up on the property. You know what I mean? Another thing is at nighttime, be extra careful with flashlights, especially when they're strong flashlights, because if somebody else in the location that's authority figure, like a security guard, sees the flashlights flashing around and shining on the walls, they are going to detect you a lot easier than if you didn't have the specific flashlights going every second. Try to be mindful of your flashlight usage, guys, especially obviously at nighttime when it's dark outside and flashlights are more prevalent to be noticed. One of the last things I want to really briefly touch upon is leave no trace. Don't go in there and vandalize, obviously, but leave no trace, and leave it so that it's harder for people to detect that somebody or someone, in your case, you, has been to the property or the location inside the buildings and all that good stuff, and so on and so forth. So leave no trace, period. So yeah. And this is just a really quick video. I could go into so many details about so many different topics on how to stay safe and stay away from any security that's at the location you're visiting and exploring. But one of the other things I wanted to touch upon is if you're driving a car, park far away from the location. By far away, I mean just at a safe distance where they're not going to notice that a car is isolated and sitting outside of an abandoned location with nobody in the car. That would lead somebody, maybe the police, whether it be them or a security guard, to assume that there's somebody that has left their vehicle, has locked it, has left it, and is now inside of the abandoned location that's right next to where you'd be parked. So that's why it's beneficial to park slightly away from the property and then walk over to the property in a quick, swift, but safe and efficient manner at the same time. Word of me. So yeah. And there's so many things I could go over and touch upon about how to be safe and, follow safety guidelines when you're exploring and staying away from security and all that. But one last thing I want to touch upon briefly is if you can, try to wear darker shades of clothing. I know it might not sound that important, but trust me, it goes a long way. Because when you're exploring these locations, highlights in clothing and bright clothing are a lot more noticeable, even out of the corner of an eye, to a security guard than you would think. So by wearing darker shades of clothing, you're going to eliminate the peripheral vision, especially of that said security guard that could and would be, snooping around the place trying to catch somebody trespassing and so on and so forth. So shades of clothes that are darker are a lot more reasonable to wear, and I'd say are more appropriate to wear, just because it's going to keep you on the lower radar as far as getting busted by security, the police, so on and so forth. You feel me? I can't believe I said shader. What the hell is that? What kind of word is that? Speaking too fast here. Let me slow it down. Word of me. Anyways, I could go on and on, but that's pretty much a wrap. I just wanted to throw out some guidelines and a couple things to touch base upon in order for you to be safer and avoid confrontation with security or police while you're urban exploring, especially when exploring at a new location for the most part. So yeah, follow these few tips, even though there are only a few of them. Just follow them and you should have a lot more of a interesting and more, not hands-on, but a more civil, appropriate, and an overall undetected explore by following these protocols with security and avoiding security, whereas if you hadn't followed them. So yeah, you feel me? Check it. You know what time it is. Come on now. In any case, thanks for watching this brief video, guys. Hope to help to some degree at least. As always, if you did like this video, drop a like down below. Drop a comment down below. Let me know your feedback and your, your reports as far as security goes at some abandoned locations you've been to, how you've avoided them, and so on and so forth. Or any feedback in general, I appreciate in the comment section down below, or to everything. So yeah, drop that comment if you need to, and if you feel so be it, feel free. So be it. Yeah. Yo, I'm speaking so fast. Oh my gosh. But yeah, drop that comment, guys. It can't hurt. You feel me? And I'll definitely read through the comments and respond to any comments that needs to be responded to. You feel me? You know what time it is. In any case, yeah, so yeah, comment, drop a like down below, and if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, make sure you smash that subscribe button for more content coming out in the near future, ladies and gentlemen. Word everything, got a lot of content coming out, so yeah, stay tuned for all that to come. And yeah, like I say always, you know what time it is, and as always, until next time, everybody, cheers and ciao. Be easy. I'll catch you on the flip side. Peace. Deuces. Be easy.